everyone. Hello, everyone. It's great to see you today. We are once again very, very excited because we're making another cabinet announcement today. Standing with me is Catherine Templeton, and we are looking at her to be the new director for LLR. And when I was looking at LLR, there are three things that were very important. One is that we needed to protect the people. Secondly, that time is money. And third was that we needed to stop holding up the process of businesses through too much regulation and through too much red tape. We have real challenges in LLR. We have morale issues, we've got slowness, we've got regulatory issues that are not working well, and so we need someone that's going to go in there and clean this up, and Catherine is absolutely the person to do it. The number one mission that I want LLR to be is to serve the businesses and the taxpayers of this state. They need to understand that when someone calls, they are there to help them, not slow it down, but to help them. And the other side of it is LLR is going to play a large role over the next couple of years, one being with the unions. And that is the fact that we think we're going to have a union fight as we go forward with Boeing. And you are right now looking at the only female in the nation that has fought the largest UAW push that we've been through. And so she is ready for that. She is ready for the challenge. She knows what it takes to take it on, and she understands it's going to be a partnership level that we cannot lose. The other side of it is she knows what it's like to be on the other side of the red tape. She was the voluntary protection manager for Milliken and got them through all of the OSHA regulations and got them certified. So she really understands the other side of that and knows what businesses go through as that happens as well. She understands that time is money, and that right now, as we're looking at LLR, we are looking at licensure wait times of 6 months, which is absolutely unacceptable. We've got to make sure that we are getting people to work, and we're getting them to work fast. We've got to make sure that morale is now high, and it's something that people feel good about being part of that agency. And then when it comes to fire service, we need to make sure that all the players are at the table, and that people once again feel like they have an agency that's working for them and not that they work for an agency. So I will tell you that in my interview process with her, I felt like I was interviewing myself, because she very much has never seen a challenge that she doesn't want to take on and do well. She is a fighter, she is strong, she is a mother, she's a wife, she's a great professional who hasn't just been good at anything, she's been great at everything. And so it is with that that I welcome Catherine to the Haley team, and I also welcome Morgan, because there is always a great man behind every great woman. And so Morgan, I thank you for allowing her to serve. And with that, Catherine, I'll allow you to make any comments you wish to make.
Thank you. Well, I am humbled and honored to be part of Governor-elect Haley's team. I worked at LLR right after reorganization many years ago, and I've seen how LLR can be run properly and efficiently to both protect the citizens of South Carolina and to help the business community follow all the rules that our legislature has put into place. We look forward to straightening everything up so that you can have your licenses renewed properly, so that the businesses can keep their employees safe with OSHA, and we can do it in an efficient manner. Take any questions that you have.
There's a tremendous consumer interaction with these agents, with the umbrella that LLR serves. The agency hasn't been funded to a large degree, to a level that perhaps allows consumers to get the assistance they need from the agency. What do you see happening on that consumer front? Complaints about coaching and is there some rework there that needs to be done?
I think there is. The practice acts that each board has give them the exclusive right and duty to promulgate regulations, to issue licenses, and to discipline. LLR's position is to be a support function for that. We provide advice attorneys, investigators, the IT stuff. I think that as soon as we separate the powers back to the way that they are legally written, that the boards will be able to take a more active role. I think it will make things more efficient when the people who have their craft are regulating their craft. And you know, in a budget year like we have right now, we're not going to ask for any more money. So we're going to have to make do with what we have, and we're just going to have to be more efficient at it.
But isn't that the part of the problem from the old days, is that these boards operated without a lot of transparency? They were not seen as being in the consumer's corner if they had a complaint against these particular practice boards. You see, you want that consumer interface devolve back to these boards and
No.
self-regulate?
I don't think that transparency and efficiency are mutually exclusive. I think that we can make sure that there is transparency there. While those boards have those at least 3 rights to issue licenses and that type of thing, LLR is still very involved. And I intend to reach out to all of the boards immediately and develop those relationships so that we can work together. Because at the end of the day, take any board, for example, they don't survive if their profession is not both well respected and well run. So it's in all of our best interest to make it more efficient, and we can do that with transparency.
Well, and Jim, so you know too, my mission for LLR is to make it consumer friendly again, to the standpoint that you look at the DMV and when somebody goes there, they've gone from an hour wait time to 10 minutes. LLR needs to run that well. It needs to run to the point that we have now, it is not about how long they take to happen to get something to someone. It is the fact that that is urgency, time is money, and we are not going to be the reason things slow down anymore. Any other questions?
Governor, since no one has any on this, a bill was pre-filed yesterday by Representative Spires from Lexington to bring back the sales tax on groceries. I want to clarify your stance on that from earlier this year because there's been some misunderstanding about that. So what is your stance on bringing back the sales tax on groceries as governor if this bill were to go through?
You know, right now, this is all about Catherine Templeton. This is all about LLR. This is about the fact that we have just made another great step in the right direction for the Haley administration, and that's all we want to talk about. So if you've got any questions on LLR or Catherine, I certainly welcome
The
that.
governor-elect mentioned Boeing and expecting a union fight. Can you explain how you think the agency's role in that would be?
Sure. In South Carolina, we're a right-to-work state, which means that if you work in an organization and a union comes in, you don't have to join that union. In my experience, I have found that there's not one company that operates more efficiently when you put another layer of bureaucracy in. The agency is in charge of the entire labor department. We will do everything we can to work with Boeing and make sure that their workforce is taken care of, that they run efficiently, and that we don't add anything unnecessarily.
We're going to fight the unions, and I needed a partner to help me do it. She's the right person to help me do it.
What is the one thing you're going to tackle first, the most important task there?
I've got to triage. LLR is a very big and very diverse agency. I've got to get in there and see where we are and see where to go first. I think there's not any question that the poll division or the professional and occupational licensing boards and all of the South Carolinians who are licensed, and it's part of their livelihood and it's something that they can't wait on, that needs to be cleaned up. That needs to happen quickly, more efficiently. We need to make it easy. It's sort of, think of the DMV of old when you would walk in and you'd be there for 2 hours and now you take a number and you're out of there in 15 minutes. That's what I intend to do first.
You know, I think, first of all, I want to thank you for all of your supportive responses of Bobby Hitt in Commerce. But what I want you to see is the part that connects Catherine Templeton and Bobby Hitt and all the other cabinet appointments that you're going to see us bringing forward in the next few weeks, is that these are all workers that understand they are not there to manage these agencies. They are there to reform these agencies and return it back to where it's working for the taxpayer, working for the consumer, and working for the businesses again. This is the second step in that, and so we will start to have more steps as we go forward. Get excited because, again, this is another working part of the Haley administration.
You had mentioned yesterday that you were talking about your cabinet agencies spending less money. How much are you going to have to worry about the legislature saying it's okay for your cabinet agencies to spend less money?
I'm not worried about that. I think you've got a legislature that understands we're walking into a strong, tough budget. I think they are looking for guidance. I think they are looking for help. I'm certainly willing to offer it, and I'm willing to lead by example. That's what that will be, is that I will tell my agencies that, look, this is a tough budget year. This is what we are going to do in terms of our cabinet, and we're going to challenge the rest of the government to follow suit. I think it's a great way to lead by example, and I think it's also a great way to understand there is more that can be cut. It's not fun. It hurts, but it's something that has to be done to protect the taxpayers of the state. Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate it.